Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. It's time for everybody's favorite fire hose of Final Order information. Welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday at noon, May 12th. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as June 4th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Wasn't the precise order? Let's try this. There it is. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. And that's in the website, and I'll take you right there right now. I'll even get out of the way. As you see, we got Comichub up on the screen here. Once you get signed in, you'll see behind the orange banner is everything that you may have ordered and is set aside for you, waiting for you to pay for, to ship, or to come in and pick up. Behind the green banner is Shop Coming Soon. That's all the carousels we will be looking at today. Let's click on that green banner. Now the updated Comichub user interface shows these cool bars here for current search previews pages, next Wednesday's items, orders due Sunday, last call, and events. Orders due Sunday for us at Green Brain Comics is actually Monday at 12. So just keep that in mind when you're going for final order. It's orders due Sunday, last call. Okay, once you click through there, you'll see that the carousel now scrolls to the bottom, and we also have red buttons for alphanumeric filters, and then we have drop-down menus for publisher, category, brand, etc. Hey, I caught us up. Okay, first thing I want to show you today. Well, first off, I want to say thanks to Klezmageddon for our soundtracking today. Klezmageddon is made available to us through Brainstem Productions. All right. It's not the right one. That's the right one. It's Final Order Report for Small Press Comics. First thing that we will be looking at today is none other than Toxie Team Up #1. This is the first of 5 issues in this new series by regular writer Mark Russell and artist Richard Pace with this Fred Harper cover. Spinning straight out of this acclaimed solo title, the Toxic Avenger battles alongside some of comics' greatest and most controversial superstars in this surprise limited series. Yeah, that will be available on June 11th. Hey, and then we got a facsimile edition of Veronica number 202. Really not that long ago, was it? I wonder how many years ago that was when we met the new hot guy, Kevin Keller. Sorry, Archie. We're over. Veronica's done with Archie. Tossed him to the curb for the new hot guy, Kevin Keller. With art by Dan Parent, who also did this cover. Over at Boom Studios, we get a bunch of stuff. We get a new issue of I Heart Skull Crusher number 10. Mouse Guard Dawn of the Black Axe number 3 with this cover and interior art by Gabriel Rodriguez. Red Before Black number 6 drops on July 16th from Boom Studios. And Boom Studios debuts this new sequel to The Last Witch. This is The Last Witch, Blood and Betrayal. The one thing... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. The one thing this protagonist has always known. Witches are evil, but now she is one, and she has to contend with what that means for herself and her brother Bram. All the while, McNiven has plans to make... You know, this makes sense if you read the first volume. The first volume and this volume is written by Connor McCreary with interior art by VV Glass, and this cover by Jorge Corona. VV Glass on the unlockable variant, and a fully dressed A cover. Critical Entertainment has this one shot called Warrior Spirit, written by Christopher Rita and featuring art by Alonso Molina Gonzalez, who did the A cover, and the cool Petroglyphs B cover. Captain Planet returns with number 2 from David Pepos and interior artist Iman Casalos with this cover by Chad Harden. Check out Comichub for a lot more covers to choose from. Captain Planet. Also, Red Sonja Attacks Mars. Cool cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. Written by Jay Stevens with art by Fran Struken. Yeah. Terminator number 8 by Declan Shalvey, Colin Cracker. Thundercats number 16 with this very cool Jay Lee cover on C. Thundercats number 16. And to wrap up Dynamite Entertainment, we get this Space Ghost Annual number 1 featuring a cover by Francesco Mattina, written by David Pepos and featuring interior art and pages by Jonathan Lau. After the events of issue 12's second story arc finale, the fine-tuned creative team pulls out all the stops for their very first Space Ghost Annual. With the Council of Doom seemingly defeated, our heroes now face a terrifying new threat, one that strikes from beyond the fourth dimension. To have any hope of survival, Space Ghost and his crew must find a way to break the dominion of Tempest the Time Master. Got this very cool Francesco Mattina cover on A, Jay Lee and Jun Chung on B. Bjorn Barons with this very sick cover. Zorak never looked so grotesque. And we get this Anthony Marquise cover for Space Ghost Annual number 1, available on June 4th. Get your covers in, get your orders in by the Monday at 12. Let's move on over to Dark Horse. We got Huck 2, Big Bad World. This is the second issue of the sequel to Mark Miller and Raphael Albuquerque's Huck series. I believe we're getting number 1 this coming up Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Super enjoyed the first volume. Jump Scare returns with number 4 from Danny Luckert and Cullen Bunn, sorry. Lady Baltimore, The Daughters of Medusa number 2. Pretty cool cover. Okay, let this one be a devil. Number 4. This is the thrilling conclusion to the new True Weird series documenting the origins of the Jersey Devil by James Tynion IV and Peter Kowalski. And from Dark Horse, we get a return to the oddly pedestrian life of Christopher Chaos with Volume 2, Number 1 by James Tynion, Isaac Goodhart on interiors with this cover by Noah Dow, Gabriel Hernandez Walta, Michael Dialanis, Soini Boo, all for the oddly pedestrian life of Christopher Chaos, thus the Volume 2. Available on June 18th. I think this was subs only by the end of the first volume, so if you're interested in it, you might want to special order it. Okay, over at X Posse Holdings and Keen Spot Entertainment, we get Chamberlain's number 2 and this new series Dreadmutt, which I think this cartoony covers are fun. Got this B cover by Rob Potchick, riffing off the old Frank Miller bit. VHS cover by CJ Hammond. And this very Technicolor D.D. Hosner cover for Dreadmutt number 1. All right, over at IDW, we get this Monster High Locket Ness Monster, one shot by Heather Newfer and Kelly Riley with this cover by Tsukiyomo. Also from IDW, the Star Trek Omega one shot, 2.5 years of comics spanning 60 years of Star Trek history. Fair few awards and more than a few universe detonations. And it's all coming to this. Star Trek Omega is the denouement of the critically acclaimed Star Trek and Star Trek Defiant storylines and the first glimpse at the all-new whatever comes next. From Christopher Cantwell, Malachi Ward on covers. Yeah. Star Trek Omega. Buried long, long ago, number 2. Anthony Cleveland, Alex Cormack. Brutal cover. Pop Kill number 4 returns with this Dave Johnson cover. Ooh, that's the final issue of a 4-issue miniseries, Pop Kill. All right, also from Mad Cave, Slasher's Apprentice number 2. That just debuted this last week. What did you think? If you want it, get those orders in. And finally from, let's see, this is Mad Cave. We get this debut series, Endless Night, from, let's see, when Alex Black, an obsessive tech millionaire and head of the sinister Order of Nine, sends his operatives to Exit City in search of a dangerous mystical artifact. Only a team of unlikely allies from rogue assassin hell-bent on revenge. Only a team of unlikely allies from different corners of the underworld can prevent an apocalyptic catastrophe, like completely forgetting a sentence. Hey, check out that cool shield. Yeah, they stole that right off the head plate of Odorous Urungus. It's Endless Night with this Chris Weston cover. Pretty cool. And this Declan Shalvey cover on B. Endless Night number 1, $4.99, available on June 4th. Ooh, over at Oni Press, we get a couple cool things here. We get a new printing of Adventure Time number 1. That's a second printing. I don't think that's a new cover, just recolored. Issue 2 gets a second print as well. And we get a number 3, all for June 4th. Plague House returns with number 3 of 4 from Michael Conrad and Dave Chisholm. These covers are good. And, ooh, here's a big feature for Oni Press. It's the return of Sixth Gun, Road to the 6. It's a one-shot that starts the road to the 6. before the sixth gun rages back into existence and the summer's long-awaited reunion from co-creators Cullen Bunn and Brian Hurt bridge the gap between the explosive finale of the landmark original series and the powerful new chapter soon to be written with a self-contained one-shot prelude featuring 333 all-new stories leading directly into the Six Gun 15th anniversary celebration. From Cullen Bunn and Brian Hurt, you get this Brian Hurt cover on A and a B cover by Justin Greenwood. Available on June 4th. Six Gun Road to the Six one-shot. See, this is from Titan. We get a new issue of Solomon Kane, The Serpent Ring, number 3 from Patrick Zurcher. Ooh, and then we get a debut of a new Legendary Comics series, Return to Skull Island. This is 1 of 4, an official continuation of the Skull Island animated series. Kong returns, spinning out of the hit Netflix show. A ragtag group of castaways must return to an island steeped in dark secrets and danger. After Kong's battle with the Kraken, survivors soon discover that far worse lurks in the shadows and that their unlikely ally may not be able to protect them from Skull Island's horrors. From writer Simon Furman and artist Chris Jones with this In-Hyuk Lee cover on A. Get a B cover by Chris Jones themselves. Ooh, a C cover from Chris Jones. And this cool logo variant. All 4 Return to Skull Island, number 1 from Titan Publishing. Available on June 18th. Get your order in for any of those variants. Yeah. All right. Wrapping up the small press spotlight, we got Darkstalkers and Street Fighter Blood Throne. This is a one-shot from Tim Seeley, Alberto Jimenez, Al Blui, and I think I showcased this last week, so I'll just show you the covers again. Interior artist does the cover on A, Brett Bean on B, and a C cover from Dex Gordon. Darkstalkers Street Fighter crossover Blood Throne, number 1, one shot. All right, that wraps up our focus on small press comics. Now let's move on over to Image Comics with the debut of Farmhand number 22. This is the second new issue out the gate from the returned and final storyline, Farmhand 22 from Rob Galori. Free Planet number 1 was a giant hit. This was my pick of the week this week from Aubrey Citizen and Jed Doherty. Free Planet number 1 gets this second printing with a color alteration cover there. Drops on June 4th. G.I. Joe number 1 gets a 4th printing. This very cool Romulo Fajardo Jr. variant. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 317, next regular issue from Larry Hama. Kaya 27 from Wes Craig. 4 of 5 for Monkey Meat, The Summer Batch by Junie Ba. Patchwork Girl of Oz for number 5 from Otis Frampton. And Radiant Black number 34. I'm just showing this off just as a reminder. This has been subs only for about 6 months. If you're interested, you might want to get those special orders in. All right. Spawn Salmon Twitch Case Files number 14 drops on June 4th. And the final issue of The Moon is Following Us from Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossimo is scheduled for June 4th. It'll be bittersweet. A heartbreaker, I'm sure. Transformers number 1 gets a record-breaking 12th printing. I'm not sure what kind of record they're breaking. I'm making that up. It's record-worthy. Transformers number 5 gets a 4th print. And Void Rivals number 1 gets a 12th printing. This features a cover by Giovanna Nero and Howard Porter. Also been subscription only, but you can get your copy by ordering through Comichub. This is Walking Dead Deluxe number 114, first time in color. And that does it for our focus on Image Comics. Let's move on over to DC Comics. And the first thing we'll drop from DC Comics this week's on FOC this week is Absolute Green Lantern number 3. Number 2 is doing pretty well from Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay. You might want to check out the variants on Comichub for this one. Along with Absolute Superman number 8, set for June 4th. Plenty of cool covers on that one. Ooh, here's a cool thing. A facsimile edition of Action Comics number 775 with the very first appearance of Manchester Black and the Elite, written by Joe Kelly with art by Doug Monkey. And this Lee Bermejo, no, that's a Tim Bradstreet cover. Batgirl number 8 from Tate Brownball, Isaac Goodhart. Facsimile edition of Batman number 618. We're getting close to the end of Hush very soon. Birds of Prey number 22 with this Annie Wu cover. JSA number 8. I'm so glad that they have given Michael Cho the A cover for this series. Perfect for his style. He also does interiors, even better. Michael Cho on interiors, written by Jeff Lemire. And Justice League, the Atom Project number 6 of 6 drops on June 4th, wrapping up that 6-issue miniseries. Poison Ivy number 34 with this very nice Jessica Fong cover. Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma number 3. Let me tell you a story. It's a short story. So, number 1, it did good, but it started selling kind of late after I did orders for number 2. So, man, I pulled back really hard for number 2. And then, boom, sold out of number 2 right away. I'll try and get them back in, and I'll try and bump up this issue. But if you want it, make sure that you get your order in. Secret 6, number 4, June 4th. Teen Titans Go, number 4. And, we got a couple debuts from DC Comics on FOC this week. This is a sequel to Robin and Batman. This is called Robin and Batman Jason Todd from the award-winning team of Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, who did this A cover. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen return to the spotlight to early days of a very different dynamic duo with a very different dynamic. Batman has a new Robin, a rash, impulsive, reckless kid with a troubled past. Batman is certain he could mold into Gotham's next crime fighter. But can the Dark Knight save Jason Todd from the darkness within himself? And when a mysterious new villain sets his sights on Jason, Batman finds himself doubtful that even he has what it takes to train the anger and torment out of his new young ward. Yeah, it drops on June 11th. Jason Todd cover, Jeff Lemire cover on beat, Raphael Albuquerque, Dustin Nguyen foil, all for Robin and Batman. Jason Todd, number 1 of 3. And here's the big debut for DC on FOC this week. It's Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong Round 2. Task Force X launches a plan to develop hybrid titans that Amanda Waller can control to guard against future titan attacks on our Earth. To stop Task Force X, the Justice League travels to legendary Earth and must face the dangers of the Hollow Earth, Kong, and Godzilla, King of the Monsters, from writer Brian Buccellato and artist Christian Deuce, We got A cover by Christian Deuce. B cover by Dan Mora. I love that cover. Ooh, let's get it over there. Yeah. He's eating my head. And then we got this Alan Qua cover, Gabriel Hardman, John Yang foil variant. That's a couple extra bucks for $7.99. All for Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, round 2, number 1 of 7. And that wraps up DC Comics for this week. But wait, we got one more to show you. What's it going to be? It's Marvel Comics. You knew that. All right, first up, Amazing Spider-Man number 2, second printing. This one blew out quick with this recolored cover by Pepe Larraz. Avengers Academy, assemble! Avengers Academy, assemble! This is a one-shot putting these digital first comics in print for the first time, featuring the first appearance of the all-new Sinister Six. This is one book you don't want to miss. Special ordering. It's $5.99, first time in print. I'm going to order this one kind of thin, which means special order. You should probably, special order that. Okay, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time. He's going to rough up the Red Hulk some more. From Cullen Bunn and Dalibor Talajic. Deadpool Wolverine number 6. Ben Percy, Robert Gill, and a Joshua Cassara cover. Eddie Brock Carnage number 5. Charles Soule, Jesus Saiz on interiors, and this A cover. This is pretty brutal. Look, he's on a pile of worms. Worms. Oh, we get this Bring On the Bad Guys variant. It's a new theme that they're starting up for their Bring On the Bad Guys anniversary celebration. This particular cover is done by Nick Bradshaw. Exceptional X-Men number 10 from Eve L. Ewing, Carmen Carnero on cover and interiors. Godzilla vs. Spider-Man number 1 gets a second print with this recolored Nick Bradshaw cover. And Magic number 6 drops on June 11th with this Pablo Villalobos cover. New Champions number 6, June 11th, Gleb Melnikov cover. Look, we got Captain America as special guest star, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, all kinds of special guest stars. Hey, One World Under Doom, number 5. It's scheduled for June 11th, and I'm going to mark for the Doomasaur, so check out this Ken Lashley cover. Doomasaur. Phoenix, number 12, with this cool cover by Lucas Wernick. Star Wars number 2 returns from Alex Segura and Phil Noto. Hey, did you get that free comic from Free Comic Book Day for Star Wars? It featured a prequel chapter to this brand new series. If you didn't get it, stop on by. We got a copy for you. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker number 5 drops on June 11th. As does Ultimate Black Panther number 17 with this Stefano Caselli cover. Ultimate X-Men number 16 by Peach Momoko. Ooh, here's a big release leading up to the big epic finale of Marvel's FOC schedule this week. We get this giant size Amazing Spider-Man. Summer starts with a bang with the giant size Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Kevin Smith makes his triumphant return to Marvel with a Spider-Man story that will have your heart beating in overdrive and, beating in overdrive. There it is. And your sides hurting from how much you're laughing. As if that wasn't enough, Al Ewing and Mark Buckingham spin a decade-spanning adventure with Spider-Man and some of his best friends. And if that weren't enough, Chip Zdarsky and Cafu introduce a brand new character who will play a big role in the future of Marvel Comics. Don't miss it. It's Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man #1 from Chip Zdarsky and others. Got this Jeff Capullo cover on A, Mark Bagley, Lee Bermejo, and Sean Galloway. That doesn't look like Sean Galloway. That's Scott Hepburn. That's who it is. All 4. Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man #1. Look, guest starring. Hey, another giant size. This one is the Giant Size Dark Phoenix saga. The past isn't set in stone. Kamala Khan is locked in a battle through time against an unstable and unleashed legion. And she's gone from the frying pan into the Phoenix fire as the history we know is destroyed in front of her eyes. The new mutant must team up with Jean Grey in her darkest hour and master her dangerous new mutant power. Yeah. Ex-Hive Mind, Lansing and Kelly team with superstar Rod Reese for a cosmic, emotional story that turns history upside down. Plus, a Revelations backup story that reveals the hidden secret that binds Scott Summer and Jean Grey together. It's not a secret. As written by Steve Fox, the second of 5 giant-size one-shots from Jackson Lansing, Rod Reese. I got this Adam Kubert cover on 8. Ivan Talavera cover. It's going to get some special orders. A Lee Garbett variant. And this Stephanie Hans spoiler variant. Thank you for not spoiling it, Marvel. All 4 giant-sized Dark Phoenix saga. Available on June 11th from Marvel Comics. All right. Let's see. We got this new Marvel Rivals thingy happening. I think this might be a one-shot again. Marvel Rivals takes our heroes back in time and to Japan for all new adventures. Hot off the debut of Marvel Rivals, Peach Momoko designed a wave of costumes bringing the Marvel heroes to Japan. First, Sai takes on the symbiotic chaos of Venom. Yuji Kaku brings Frank Castle, the unbeatable Punisher, face to face with Penny Parker. Where Penny is, Spider isn't very far behind. Plus, K-pop star Luna Snow is brought to the depths of Hela/Asgard and right into the hands of Hela herself from a host of different creators, mostly Peach Momoko. Just remember that. You got this A cover by Yuji Kaku. Tokido Koro cover on B. Nogi-san. Peach Momoko, and this Stan Sakai variant, in spite of the label. It's Marvel Rivals Ignite #1, available on June 11th. Here's something interesting, still spinning out of One World Under Doom. Got this new Runaways series by Rainbow Rowell and Elena Casagrande. What happens when you break a family? Superstar writer Rainbow Rowell returns to the Runaways with visionary artist Elena Casagrande for a new chapter. But Marvel's best and scrappiest found family has seen better days. Nico Minoru has lost her girlfriend, her best friend, and her magic. With Carolina, Chase, and Alex all out of the picture, Gert's doing her best to shake the remaining Runaways out of running on autopilot. But when Dr. Doom tries to reclaim one of their own, Doombot, it's time to start running. We got a whole bunch of different covers. Got this A cover, Stephanie Hans. Very nice. Let's bring that one up. Doombot. Ejikura on this. What is it? Ejikura. This is Carolina Dean variant. That's cool. Elena Casagrande on a wraparound. Megan Hetrick with the Pride variant. And Peach Momoko. W. Scott Forbes. This is pretty cool. All 4 Runaways #1 available on June 11th from Rainbow Raw, Elena Casagrande, and Marvel Comics. Okay, here's the big switcheroo, folks. Originally announced as the new Thunderbolts series spinning out of One World Under Doom. You may have seen the other viral marketing that they've recently been posting after the release of the Thunderbolts movie. And no surprise, they've done the same to the new Thunderbolts title. It is now the New Avengers. Carnage, the Hulk, Namor, Clea, Wolverine, 5 of the most dangerous loners and anti-heroes in the Marvel Universe. Nothing could make them work together, except for Bucky Barnes and the Black Widow are going to give it a shot. Demented duplicates of the Illuminati are threatening the world. And if they figure out how to work together, they'll be as unstoppable as the originals. Bucky and Natasha need allies who will do anything to take the duplicates out. But wrangling a team of killers and monsters presents its own dangers. Welcome to the New Avengers. Hope you survive the experience. This new series is written by Sam Humphries with interior art by Tan Lima, with this A cover by Steven Segovia. Got this Andy Park Marvel Studios variant. That's cool. Derek Chu, very nice. Stepping on your head, Bucky. Another Derek Chu variant. That's cool. Ejikura variant C. Cool. Jose Maria Casanovas Illuminati variant. That's pretty cool. How cool and demented looking. Oh, he's a Mr. Fantastic kitty cat octopus. Terrifying. Mark Bagley. Whilst Portacio on this spoiler homage variant. And Wu Chul Lee for the character variant D. It's New Avengers #1 available on June 11th. Get your orders in for this and any of the other variants available on Comichub by Monday. All right, that wraps up our spotlight on new comics on FOC this week. But before I let you go, we just have one more segment to show you, and that is, there it is. It's Green Brain Events. First off, I'd like to thank you all for coming out to Free Comic Book Day this last Saturday. We saw an amazingly huge crowd come through on this very chilly day, but it was nice and dry. I'd like to thank all of our guests, all of our sponsors, and all of you folks that came by for Free Comic Book Day at Green Brain Comics. We couldn't do it without you. All of your support made it all possible. Hopefully there'll be another one. Free Comic Book Day 2025 is in the books. All right, but the next new event that we got going on is, let's see, kill that and do that. That is, our next new event is Monday, May 19th. It is Brain Candy number 68, presented by the Emerging Writers Network and presented free and open at Green Brain Comics on Monday, May 19th. Free entertainment from a musician, a couple of poets, and a visual artist presenting their craft throughout the evening, starting at 7 p.m. For more information, check out greenbraincomics.com for Brain Candy number 68. Ooh, and then our next outside event is the East Dearborn Drink and Draw that happens on Friday, June 13th. At the Downey Brewing Company that's located at 13121 Prospect. Let me give you the bigger details there. No. The East Dearborn Drink and Draw happens on Friday, June 13th from 7 to 9, co-hosted by Blick Art Material and Green Brain Comics. For more information on DowneyBrewingCompany.com. For more information, check out DowneyBrewingCompany.com. I'm great at this. All right. Ooh, here's another big one, folks. We are proud to announce. Where am I? I'll do that. There it is. Here I am. On June 14th and 15th, we will again be the retail vendor for the Ann Arbor Comic Arts Festival. It all happens at the downtown branch of the Ann Arbor Public Library. It's absolutely free. It starts at 10 a.m. on June 14th. That's Saturday, runs till 5 p.m. The event also runs Sunday from 11 to 5 p.m. and features very special guests Scott McCloud, Raina Telgemeier, and Tony Weaver Jr. This show is aimed at bringing creators together with younger readers and appropriate, awesome, fun comics for younger readers. It's the Ann Arbor Comic Arts Festival, absolutely free, brought to you by the Ann Arbor Public Library and the Kids Read Comics organization, June 14th and 15th out in Ann Arbor. And what we all do this for, folks, new comics. Next week's new comics for Wednesday, May 14th. The full list is up on the website. If you want, you can browse all the stuff that we are expecting coming in next Wednesday. It's up on Comic Hub. You can make your reservations right now, including some of these great books like Dark Regards, Exquisite Corpses, and a new Godzilla book, Here There Be Aliens. A big wrap up to Here There Be Dragons, a fantastic group of books from IDW. And you can catch a live preview from the floor of Green Brain Comics on the eve of New Comic Day. It's Tuesday night, 6:30, Brain Scan, featuring your host, Katie Merritt. I'll be on camera, and Monty will be there running the camera. It's running the stream. It's a big, giant thing. Check it out. Brain Scan, Tuesday at 6:30. And, of course, join me back here on YouTube for the Final Order Report every Friday at 6 p.m., giving you your, how do I say it now? Giving you your favorite fire hose of Final Order information. It's the Final Order Report. All right, folks, that's it. That's almost every comic book on Last Call this week. And you've got until Monday at noon, May 14th. No, it's May 12th. I got that all jacked. All right, Final Order Report. Yeah, it's all right there. Monday at noon. Yeah. Here we go. Thanks for joining me on the Final Order Report. It's been a couple of weeks, folks. I had a little ring rust. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All of the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music from this episode provided by Brainstem Productions. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.